Hello, everyone. I'm Gordon Böhm. I'm a professor of arts and higher education at Staffordshire University. And in my talk, I hope to spend a little time with the audiences thinking about arts and culture and what does it do to a place or what it does to a city. So I'm not going to use a lot of statistic, but rather answer the simple question of how Culture 3.0 is your place. And I'm going to go into what Culture 3.0 means. But before I do, I'm going to talk about myself. I'm going to mention 3 things about myself. And as you can tell here, there's already myself depicted on this image, or rather not me, or an avatar of me, which points to the first fact, and that is that I love my creative tech. And the second fact is, of course, that I'm an academic and my area is arts and higher education, so the role of creative provision in universities to make universities more permeable, to interact what's outside of the university boundaries. And as part of that, I recently actually also published a book about that. And then the third fact about me is that and this is what not many people know about me, I'm also a runner, a very, very slow runner and a rower, but I'm known under a different identity. And I of course, row and run in the real world, but also in the virtual world, which then questions the notion of place and then also the cultural engagements that I have in relation to that. And of course, all that points towards then answering the question of how creative is your city. And that was the question that I started off on my journey in understanding why I felt that some cities are more creative than others. And as an academic, I was fortunate enough to be funded by Leverhulme in an international fellowship. And I went to Turku in Finland and I went to Aarhus in Denmark as part of looking into a line of inquiry about the role of arts institutions for economic and social well-being of a place. And as part of that, I did something called Culture 30 walks, where I went from the place where I stayed to the place of work. And so I'm going to talk a bit about that. And of course, Stock-on-Trent features with ceramics and also ceramics in Finland. And of course, the Moments feature because, of course, it's Finland. But of course, the question then goes on to, so how do we make our cities more creative? And this is where I go into this concept. This concept wasn't penned by myself. It was rather initially put forward by Sacco, Luigi Sacco, but I sort of really delve into it, what it means for creative communities and creative industries. So I'm going to talk about Culture 1.0, Culture 2.0, Culture 3.0. And as part of that, then we can answer the question of how creative actually our cities are. Thank you very much.